One of the biggest success, I think, is when you have really and truly understood your why, your what and your how, and you communicate those in the sense of vision, mission, and values, and you get such a buy-in, not just from the top executive positions, but all the way down to the people on the ground delivering the care. Everyone has a sense of buy-in to what our whys and visions are from all the way down. And one of the stories I can tell that really speaks to that was 2 or 3 years ago, one of our care workers who was on the ground delivering care to a client in the community saw another person with a disability in the community, looked around and noticed they didn't have someone there supporting them, and they thought, what? Okay, this person really looks like they need help, but there's no one there supporting them. Why are they on their own? Why do they not have someone? And they were thankfully at the end of their care for the participant that they were with at the time. They finished that up, wrapped it up, and went to find this person. And for context, this person was born with no hands, and they had never had supports in the past. They were declined to be accepted into the NDIS, mostly because they didn't have the right paperwork, they were missing information. There was so much that meant every time they tried, they were declined. And so when our care worker went up to them and said, hey, I notice you look like you need help, can I help you? And they were, yeah, absolutely, thank you, but why would you want to do that? That's kind of the human thing, right? Why does someone want to help me? What do you want from me? But we've had this idea that we're not in this for the money. We're not in this for any other outcome, but how can we give a person a better quality of life? And I suppose our care worker identified that if that's the company vision and mission and values that I work for, and I'm seeing someone in the community that doesn't have that, how can I bring that to them? How can I bring a better quality of life? And interestingly enough, the person, as he was helping the individual, started disclosing and talking to them about, okay, I don't have care because I've been declined. And our care worker said, that's crazy. I wonder if we can help you to get access to funding, to get the right support around you. And the care worker called the office and asked to speak to me. Now, typically, care workers don't ask to speak to me because that doesn't typically happen. But in this instance, I was called in and I was told, a care worker is on the line for you. They would like to chat with you. They say it's really important. I thought, okay, well, if it's really important, I'll give it at least 30 seconds to see what makes it important. And, I took the phone call and very quickly I found out what was happening here. And I said, I'll tell you what, we will extend your shift and I'd like you to bring that person into the office. I'd like you to bring them here so we can have a chat with them if they're okay with that. And within kind of 2 hours, the person was in the office. We had a conversation. We figured out they had really just been missed. They had fallen through the cracks. They didn't have the right supports around them. They didn't have family. They were homeless. They were living in a shelter space. They were getting their meals from a supermarket bin. It was as bad as it could get. And so I think that was a really proud moment for me, that our care worker will understand the vision and mission and values of why we do what we do so much, that this was important to them, that they solved the problem of you don't have a quality of life that is deserving of human for dignity, and how can we bring that to you? And they facilitated that whole process. And in that space of time, I think in about 3 months, we were able to get them funding, get them a home, get them supports, get the therapeutic services around them that they needed, get the medical team around them that they needed. And that was quite a remarkable journey. This person, there was a news article done on them. They have incredible artistic talent, even been born with no hands. And what was really bizarre to me is I even researched about, the article and that was done. At the time, the article kind of stated homeless person, incredible artist, born with no hands, something along the lines of that. And I thought, so you did from a media perspective, right? They did a news article on this person and they wrote this title in there, but at no point did they think, you're homeless. How can we help you solve that? You were born with no hands. Do you have care? Do you need support? Somehow this article was done, and none of this was thought about until that glorious day where we had to step in via our care worker and facilitate the creation of all the support. So, and we have a lot of stories like that. We yet to do that often. We do a lot of pro bono work where we tell people, we will support you through this journey and we'll get you the support you need and the funding you need. And if you come back to us, awesome. If you don't, that's okay too. That's why there are several hospitals around the place that will support people that need it. And we're not the only ones who can do that. So that's just been a really incredible part of the journey for us.